Hey everybody, here's another video about this generic 1080p action camera that only records in 640 by 480. Yeah, I just did a video about this and uploaded it today, and I figured I would continue that video with a second one. So here's a close look at the camera. Again, this is a knockoff of a knockoff of a GoPro. You know, at first I thought this was a knockoff of the SJ4000, but the SJ4000 has, in addition to the micro SD slot and micro USB, it also has an HDMI port. Well, I think it's micro HDMI, but this one does not have it. And the thing is, I'm not sure what firmware I should try to load on this, if it will take it. I did try the SJ4000 firmware, but the camera just, when you go to start the camera, it just boots like normal and doesn't bother to try to write any new firmware to itself. So we're going to take this a bit further. We're going to have a look inside this thing, or try to anyway. I've already removed the battery, and I removed the micro SD card from it. And the way this thing goes together, there's no screws from what I can see. It looks like it just snaps together. So let's see if we can actually get inside this thing. And like that, the front piece just pops off of there. And we do have some screws inside here. Now let's have a close look at this. What I'm planning to do is to get some close looks at everything I can get. So we have power key, and it looks like a date of 2018-02-03. So I'm going to say that's February 3rd, 2018. So all this is just a little circuit board that houses a button. It's actually the power and mode button. And it appears that this lens assembly either pops off, because I'm looking right here at this. So there's 4 screws that we have to take out to get further access into this thing. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get into this thing without tearing it up, but we don't know how well that's going to work. Because I'll be honest, I've been looking online, and it appears with these cameras in this price range, it's like a look at the draw. They all seem to look almost alike, but they all seem to have different firmwares on them, and maybe different hardware inside. Some of them do fantastic. Some of them, like this one, perform like absolute garbage. Spin this around. And if you guys who watched my Amazon video recently, you may have noticed the sheer amount of dang airplanes that fly over this area. We're just about 30 minutes north of Charlotte Douglas International Airport, so yeah, that's why. Airplanes are constantly flying in and out. Okay, with these 4 screws out, let's see. Okay, so that there pops out. So it looks like the back comes off of the device. It's making a little more sense now. Okay, I'm trying to be gentle on the device, not try to be hard on it. Because right now I'm treating it as, you know, where I want to have a look inside, but not destroy the device just yet. Now, okay, let's see here. Now this is kind of interesting. The LCD plugs in right there. Okay, how in the heck do you manage to plug that sucker back in? Check this out. Look where they placed the microphone. And they placed it inside the device. And there are some holes right there. That's not a very good design. As a matter of fact, if I wanted to mod one of these, do my mic mods as I've done on some cameras before, I could just take that through-hole mic out of there and solder in some wire leads and put the mic wherever I freaking want to have it. Again, I'm not sure about this LCD. There's obviously a way that has to come out of there. Perhaps something like, yeah, I could sink my fingernail in there, so obviously that has to pop out. I really don't want to tear this thing up just yet, but then again, I want to tear it apart too. I don't mind having the camera that films in 1080p with a few scratches on the back than one that has no scratches and films only in 640 by 480. So apparently the LCD display on this particular camera snaps out the back. It's funny, this little bitty screwdriver came with my AceRock 890FX Deluxe 4 motherboard back in 2012. It was supplied with the motherboard to install the optional cooling fan for the CPU VRM. But ever since then, this thing has been so useful for working on small devices like this little camera. Okay, so this here just pops out and, oh, interesting. It's just glued in there. And you have the LCD. Okay, now that makes more sense. This pops up like that, and that pulls right out. Okay, so we have some more part numbers to observe. This comes right out now. Okay, so right there we have D600S underscore main underscore V01 underscore 2018 0203. Here we have an integrated circuit. Can't tell if that's an 8 or a 6, but I'll have to look in the video to see for sure. I'm looking through the camera. That might be our primary processor there, I don't know for sure. There, in case you need a sharper image of it. think that's an 8. 18070 dash 8. I can't now. On the next line, that might be a B or a D. Let me look at it with my eyes. Actually, forget it. That's way too small. Looks like a BDFL. Come on, camera, get the focus. BDFL 729-6637C. Here we have a crystal for supplying a clock signal. There's the micro SD slot. There is the built-in speaker. And 2 more buttons right there. There's the lens assembly, of course, fixed focus. And it's funny, if I really wanted to, I could probably use that lens on one of my other fixed focus cameras to give it a good wide angle view. It is in fact a wide angle lens. You can tell by looking at the surface of it and get all these thumbprints off of it. You might be able to see it even better. But if you look right there, once we get focus, you can see the top of the lens. It does have sort of a fisheye to it. Now I don't think it's actually a fisheye lens, which that's 180 degrees. I think this is a wide angle lens. And there's the entire lens assembly. Under there's the CMOS sensor, which is on its own little riser from what I can tell. Definitely on its own little riser board. And piers right here, we can take one screw out and get further access in here to see what else we have. Oh, there's another one right down here. Yeah, guys, if there's no solution available to possibly write the firmware on this with something better, I will be resorting to just outright scrapping it, using the lens out of it for a different camera, you know, that kind of good stuff. So this is the actual inner workings of it. There's not much to it. Let's get a close look at this little chip here. Or try to anyway. Okay, so the CMOS sensor just plugs in right there. I'm going to pull that out of the way. And you're left with this here. Again, that's the microphone. speaker. I'm gonna try to get you a close up of that chip. Attempt anyway. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but there we go. I'm sure either this or one of these may be responsible for charging the lithium-ion battery. Actually, that one there might be in charge of that. Might be in charge of regulating the charge to the battery and also supplying power to the camera. We did look at the data sheet, know for sure. But it looks like our primary processor is, again, this right here. .18070. I think it's an O. Next line is BDFL729-6637C. What I may also do is I may go and snap a few photos of this board and throw them into the video. And that way I also have some photos for my reference. So I'm going to grab my camera right quick and we'll be right back. Okay, let's go ahead and carefully put this thing back together. Or try to anyway. Okay, it's going to pop a battery into it and see how it does. Okay, so it's all back together. But yeah, now that we have some chipsets, not chipsets, but now that we have some models to look up from the PCB and that processor, we should perhaps be able to find some information about this guy. Like I say, if I can't find any solution, which I think is to do with firmware, if I can't find a solution to the problem, I have no choice but to destroy this thing. I'm eyeballing that lens right now for another project if I can't get this thing to work properly. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the little tour of inside this thing. Thanks for watching. Well guys, that's it for this one. But it doesn't have to be. There's plenty more videos on the channel to check out. Also, if you liked the video, please click the like button. And if you absolutely hated it, there is the alternative button as well. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. I definitely appreciate it. And remember to click the bell so that we get notified of all updates. Also, if you're interested in things aside from computers and technology, check out my second channel. It's CubeComp MTDX. Over there you'll find videos about weather, elevators, bicycling, and pretty much whatever else I figure out to upload. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for your support.